Hey everyone, Ronnie Chavez here, and today I'm doing a new series for super slow-mo parkour and free running tutorials thanks to my good friends at Kuma Films, Todd and Joe Robbins. They were able to film this with their epic Phantom VEO camera, which allows them to film at 1,000 frames per second. So right now, we're going to be doing a tutorial on the Superman side flip, and you're going to be watching it happen in 1,000 frames per second, and I'm going to teach you some of the techniques and tips to help you in learning the Superman side flip. So before actually learning this trick, you'll want to make sure that you have a solid side flip down. That's super important. And then once you have a solid side flip down, then this is a move you can either learn on a trampoline or off height into foam pit or things like that. In this specific shot, I'm doing it from height, and so keep that in mind as you apply these techniques into your own flip. So here I did a jump into a precision jump to set into it, so I had some decent momentum into it, blocking off of that precision jump, and then right here I'm throwing it like a normal side flip, and I'm throwing quite a bit of momentum into it, but the difference is I open up my arms, straighten my body, open up my chest so that I can slow down that momentum and get that nice stalling thing. And right here it's all about just being rigid and controlled and kind of holding that as long as you're comfortable, but you don't want to hold it too long so you don't under rotate. You just want to hold it long enough until you can feel your body start falling again. So you're basically holding the stall as you're setting in the air, and then on your fall is when you start the tuck. And that's where I start bringing my knees in, grab my knees with my hands, and I turn my head and look over my shoulder to begin spotting the ground. And at this point, because I had a fast rotation, I'm already opening up from the tuck again so that I can absorb the impact through my legs on the landing. So here it comes, almost there, almost to the landing, almost there, about to land it, and it's a successful landing. So there it is, everyone. That was a super slow motion Superman front flip. Now I'm gonna play it back again in twice the speed just so we can get a better idea in a little bit faster motion, and then I'll play it again and again a couple more times, speeding up each time we play it back. And so once again, jumping into it, hitting the block, setting for the epic Superman, or in this case, almost like a bird or a Iron Man or whatever you want to be. Just use your imagination as you're out doing this thing, because that's what makes it fun. Go for the tuck, open up again, and bam, absorb the impact into my toes, kind of squat down. It's kind of a low landing. Okay, now we're gonna play it back once again at a faster speed, and at this speed you can see how it all kind of comes together. The stall isn't nearly as long because it's really just holding it for mid-second in air for that perfect pose, that perfect picture, and then you're tucking it around and landing on the ground. A couple things to keep in mind when doing this trick is you can do it in a variety of ways as far as how your body's rotating. Sometimes I'll rotate a little bit in the air so I'm landing facing backwards, but most of the time I try and land as sideways as possible. In this landing specifically, I landed and then kind of pushed myself backwards so that I could go into a back roll, because from that high it's a decent amount of impact, so it's good to be able to roll out of it if you can, and to do, you can either do kind of a side roll, which is going to be a little bit more sloppy, or you can turn it and rotate just a little bit into a back roll so that you can handstand push up out of it. Remember, on the takeoff, just like the side flip, you want to set tall and stay tall, and you really want to throw your arms into it, get a lot of momentum and power from your arms, and then you're really just going to straighten your body. Once your feet leave the ground, you're just going to hold that pose, and you want to make sure you get a lot of rotation in the beginning, because you're slowing down your rotation so much from that stall that if you didn't get enough rotation in the beginning, then it's going to be hard to do the stall and rotate all the way around. So it's important that you really get a lot of power and thrust into the initial flip, and then you're opening it up to hit the stall, so that way you at least have momentum in your rotation and can flip it all the way around for the landing. So there are some basic tricks and tips for the Superman side flip. This is actually the beginning of a series of tutorials that are going to include slow motion like this. So I have a lot more footage of extremely slow motion parkour moves and free running moves. So hopefully these will help you in your own training so that you can watch them from a very analytical perspective in the super slow motion at 1,000 frames per second. Once again, I wanted to thank Kuma Films. Be sure to check out their channel. They got some really cool content, and since they got this awesome camera, you'll also be seeing some new awesome slow motion videos on their channel coming soon. But anyways, once again, be sure to subscribe for more tutorials, and thank you for watching.